All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Tuesday daytime stream. Yesterday, the Monday daytime stream ran for a whopping 2 hours, and it was busy from beginning to end. So we'll see how busy this one is. I'm not expecting as much because it's Tuesday. Rigo, Colin, Daniel, Squid, Anthony, Joseph, and Johnny. All right, guys. Well, we still have Mr. Anthony Kalura's commission slabs with us. We've been pricing them one at a time. And today, what we have going on is a moving sale. We plan on moving by the end of the year. So that, what that looks like is we start getting rid of our items, clearancing our items at this point so that they don't actually have to be packed up and shipped with us. So by the time it's, maybe, time to move, I want to not own so many cards, especially ones that I don't consider part of my collection. Okay, so just inventory, just get rid of inventory. All right, moving, clearance, sale. That's what that should say. Still more commission slabs. By the way, I just got contacted by one of my best suppliers with a new Weiss set. You guys are going to like it. I don't want to say more than that, but you guys are going to like this new set coming out. You're going to find it hilarious. He's taking pre-orders on it. Moving, clearance, sale, more commission slabs. Now that's good enough. Live card shop. So we're adding another item to the clearance under this menu. Where is it? Here it is, under the secret menu, the moving sale. We have another item, and it is this Union Arena item. So let's head over to Union Arena. It's the Kaiju number 8. The price on Kaiju number 8 shall be probably pretty cheap. Let's figure that out. Let me start here. Hey, mister, did you remove random Pokemon poker singles? That's right. Those are no longer for sale. Basically, they weren't selling that often, and as a result, we weren't going to offer them anymore. I mean, I don't need to sell them. I can just hold them forever and then just grade them. So, I mean, they're very gradable. Those poker cards in that random poker, random pull box, they're all fresh. Those are all fresh poker cards. Well, I think 90% of them fresh. I think some of them come from like higher end decks that are used, but it's like you still want those because some of those still grade 10. I would know from experience, and you can't really get them fresh. They're too expensive fresh. So, maybe like yellow deck or blue deck, especially yellow deck, might be a used yellow deck, but it might be like near mint. So that poker deck, even though it was more expensive to pull random poker cards out of there, that was high quality stuff. And it just wasn't selling, so I said, well, I'll just keep it. It's no problem for me to keep it. And so we took the singles down because they just weren't moving. But they're all good stuff, and I'll just get those graded personally. Now, where were we? We were, picking out the Kaiju price, weren't we? Here we go, okay. I was answering that question. Could I send for some, or are they permanently off? I don't remember the price for them. Do you remember the price? They're right in front of me. If you can remember the price, you can send for some. I don't mind. I didn't expect anyone to want any because they're just not moving as fast as they used to. Those used to move pretty fast. The classic collection used to move pretty fast. The Carddass collection used to move crazy fast. But once they've fallen off and nobody's buying them rapidly, they're just not as fun to open, I think, at that point. All right, so here we are. We're looking for Kaiju. Time to just get rid of Kaiju. That's it. We're just getting rid of it. Okay. We got plenty of it. So I've got a price. And let me go in here and see what we were selling at. Oh, we don't have a price, so... All right, and now we need a booster pack price. How many packs in a box? Isn't it like 12? 16 packs? Okay, I think it's 16. So it's 54 for a box divided by 16, which is $3.40. Those are now $3.40 per pack and $54 per box. It can't get any cheaper than that. It really can't. That is insanely cheap. Kaiju number 8, $3.40 per pack. Blazing Aura is $38 per pack. How many packs are actually in here? I'd like to offer these as a thing as well. I thought it was like 24. Yep, 24. I'm reading 24. So Fusion Aura is 38 divided by 24, which is going to be $1.60 per pack. $1.60 for the Blazing Aura. That is really cheap if you want to do the math on that. And then Japanese EB2 is also $24. 48 divided by 24, which is $2 a piece. So that one's slightly more expensive. There it is. Now, those are really cheap per pack, but I don't want you guys like ordering 2 packs of it. Remember, there's a minimum order of $7 on this stream. You don't hear that very often, but it's true. Minimum order of $7. Those are all crazy, crazy cheap. It's just easier to read if I do it this way. Is that easier to read? I can't actually tell. I almost don't want to offer them per pack because it seems like the transaction would be so small. Might as well request that people buy it by the box. Yeah, so Carddass Nikke, $55, $38, $54. The problem I see here is I'm worried people will mess the math up. And because they're in odd numbers like 1.6 or 3.4, I won't actually be able to follow that math very easily myself. Maybe I can just round Blazing Aura down to 1.5 or round Kaiju up to 3.5. Yeah, let's round Kaiju up to 3.5. That makes a lot of sense. And Blazing Aura, what do we do about that? Maybe make it 2.75 or 1.75. All right, so we've adjusted those. All right, so new item, join the moving sale. It's the Kaiju number 8. You can see it on the table right now. If everyone just ordered packs at like $2 bucks, the shipping would be awful. No, it is okay. All right, now I know the camera is a little off center here. Let's go ahead and take these down. Last night, we were selling so much of that EB2, man. EB2 was disappearing very fast. And no mangas pulled, by the way. But I believe if it kept moving at that speed, we will sell out of that eventually. I messaged you on Discord regarding a shipment of mine. Please see a message from Jotodile. Yes, I think I saw that. It was, you warned Alexis not to miss your Totodile, and she still did, right? Let me see. So, Arjun Joshi, let's just go straight to getting you a fresh label. I'm going to go ahead and close my shipping software and open it back up because I know that's what you got to do to make it run nicely. Put KU Harry Potter on sale, please. Oh, it's funny you should mention that because I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, KU Harry Potter. Give me a second. Let me print this for Arjun Joshi. I don't know why it would have been missed. How much for a case of EB2? Take the price of the box and multiply it by 12, and that'll be the price of a case. So you could open a case right here, right now, if you wanted. I'd love that. That's what we're in the business of right now. We are getting rid of stuff so that we can move by the end of the year. We want to move at the end of the year. Maybe we'll just be renting a place. I don't know. All right, we're just going to get this ready for you, Mr. Arjun Joshi. It should be a pretty cheap shipment for both of us, meaning I don't think you'll have any import fees. Okay. All right. Okay, we filled out the custom form here. Sorry about that, Mr. Arjun Joshi. That's around $600. I'm very interested. Yeah, I would be very happy to sell it to you. Let's see, it's 48 times 12, right? Isn't it 48? Oops. 576. Let me make sure that's the price these days. Hold on, let me, because I'm pretty sure it is. Oops, why did I type that? Japanese. Yep, that is correct. So that I know that's a very good price, and you got no import fees, you got no taxes on it. So yeah, that should be very enticing. Close this. We are just getting rid of them. That's it. Not going to be holding anything. Like, I have 6 cases of that, and I am not going to be bringing that with me when we move, because I don't want to have to hire people and pay them to move all that crap. I've already got so much crap. I mean, it's unbelievable how much stuff I have. So anything that's not part of my personal collection is just inventory. I'm going to be looking to just get rid of it. All right. Okay. But we're going to start with some sets, and we'll think more about the other sets as we go. Some stuff will not be discounted ever. It's too popular. Pokemon cards will not. You'll not see... so what you won't see on that moving sale, you'll probably not see any Pokemon cards at all. But you're going to see stuff that I don't collect, like Dragon Ball. It just depends on what it is. Some Dragon Ball, like, for example, the recent Dragon Ball with the serialized cards. I'm going to say missing. Dial. Slab. Okay. Let's go. How y'all been? No worries. If not, I get paid. Will you be willing to trade the gold grams back for credit? This is Joshua Whipple. The gold grams. You'd like to sell me gold now. Oh, I see. That's kind of funny how that works. You did a trade for gold, and now you'd like to trade the gold for store credit. Is it because you realized you just like to have some store credit? That's really funny, man. That is funny. That is funny. The whole... because it shows you how attractive just shopping on the channel is, you know? It's fun. And so if you've already got something over here you can convert, you might just do that. What are you selling your Dark Explorers booster box? Thanks, mister. Did you see my additional note regarding my Magnemite card? I might not have. Let me take another look at that. So, I do have a bag with a single card in it, Magnemite. Oh, okay. So, let's find that. Oh, you'd be an A3, wouldn't you? It is Arjun Joshi. So, send this out with it. Okay, we can do that. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. You got it. Hello, Mr. in chat. Any fire pulls? Oh, yeah. All the fire pulls. You just missed them all. Man, I like this Hitmonlee, man. How do you fail, by the way? How do you miss the 10? Offsetting top to bottom. That's how. All right. I almost started encapsulating today. Mr. Cameron was supposed to come over today and begin trading on encapsulations, and he had to call off again. He's having trouble securing a ride. He was in a bad car crash where he lost his vehicle. He had a truck. I guess he lost it. And as a result of that, he relies on other people to drive him. And so he was saying he couldn't secure a ride today. He says on the 20th, he gets the ability to drive his own vehicle again. Yeah, I guess when you go through a big car crash, I guess they require you to do something with your license. I don't know. And, or maybe it depends on who's at fault or something. I don't know. But he say he will have that on the 20th, and then he's got a new vehicle secured already, and he should just be able to drive himself from then on. So we might actually have some Mr. Cameron hanging out with us more at that point. Let's see. I do want to send you something in Discord that you may be interested in. I want to see a case get open. CGC will give a 10. Come on, Cameron. Did you see my CASHAPP of 45 at Black Flame? Yep, sure saw that, Mr. Michael. First time order, Michael? He needs a bike. He couldn't just Uber? No, he lives too far away from me. Out here in Lake of the Ozarks, you got to drive to everything because we're all spread out. It's not like a tight, you know, it's not like a closeness. Everything's spread out. All right, so let's begin. Yes, we have an order from Key Finesse. And he sent for a Korean Black Flame box. Why don't we let him go first? If he's a new buyer, he says yes, it is. Yeah, let me go get your box. We'll start with you first, okay? All right, here we are. Ta-da! First time order for Mr. Key Finesse. Okay, cool, man. Ooh. Box. Does he wear jocks? What are jocks? What is going on here? There we go. I sent it. I don't know how into gold you are, but I think it's nice. When it comes to gold, I'll probably just be buying standard pieces of gold. But I don't know. First time opening Black Flame, too. Oh, it's a nice set. It's got one clear big chase card, and it's the fancy-looking Charizard. All right, let's get it. Does he wear sandals with socks? He's part of a Magic the Gathering community out here in Lake of the Ozarks. It's a small community, but it's definitely a community. And so he looks like he plays Magic. He looks like a guy you'd run into a card shop. Very nerdy. Yeah, I look like somebody you'd run into a card shop. And so we're all nerds out here. He seems pretty normal. Nothing unusual about him. I don't know him very well. I've only talked to him twice now. But he's been over here one time, and he did the shipping for one day. Nobody complained about that round of shipping. Yes. That was when Alexis was in California on vacation. She was seeing her mom. That was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, she's real interested in getting out there to California. That's where she kind of grew up, and her whole family's out there. She came out here and met her husband and got married and had a kid out here. His family's out here, but her family's in California, so she probably misses them. Pretty normal. Let's see. What do we got? We got Togekiss. Can I jump in line for $10 Trump Playboy? Oh, yeah. So you'd like to open one of those Trump Playboy cards. There are. By the way, here's what your card's looking like. 513. There it is. So you got a little bit of playing around money. Here's Darkrai. You look like a guy I'd run into at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Hey! There we go. Here's Pidgey. That could be used as an insult. If you're talking to somebody, you'd be like, you look like somebody I'd run into at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Here's Scizor. Did the Astro Box battle fill? Yeah, that one filled a while back, Mr. Grady Williams. I can't remember who pulled it, but I think there's probably a record of it in our Discord server. And then we're on to a new box. Here it is, Brilliant Stars. I think it was Javier Arroyo. Didn't he pull it? I can't remember. But this is Brilliant Stars. There's one person in there. We're looking for 9 more people. That's a really excellent box. It's an out-of-print box. You know, a lot of the stuff we open from Scarlet Violet era can get reprinted. Technically, a lot of it can, especially like Prismatic and Rocket and all that. They can all be reprinted. But you know that Brilliant Stars is out of print. Wow, picking up a golden Charizard. Check that out, everybody. Excellent. I forgot this was in here. All right, good for you, man. Mr. Key Finesse, grabbing a nice Charizard out of there. Let me hit play on this. Okay. Clip it. There we go. Love that card. Yeah, it looks really cool. Okay. There's Tyranitar. Here's Clefairy. Very nice. Here's this. And you got this. And this. Beautiful Charizard. And this. And here's this. Pokemon pulls more Charizards. Oh, yeah? What? Nuh-uh. No, he doesn't. Okay, very good. So that's for our friend Key Finesse. Get a new bag for you. Getting a rare Pokemon item tomorrow. Yay. All right, there we are. Thank you. This is Michael Pettiford. No problem, Michael. All right. Congratulations. The birds are tweeting outside. Oh, and look at what I'm doing. Wrote Peter Fenelty down. I'm so dumb. My brain really does run on autopilot. Key Finesse. Peter Fenelty's name was pulled up on the screen. That's why. 83 people watching. 19 likes. Doesn't add up. People just jumping right in, huh? Happy Tuesday to you all. We're 20 minutes into the stream. Okay, the bag's created on 5/25. Gonna go into a K box. Good. Now, your bag sits over here with us until you order shipping, but you don't have to order shipping right away. You can keep opening stuff. Okay, so we're over here. And it's Peter Fenelty who placed a pre-order. Hey, mister, I'll take the CGC Pristine Palafin. You got it, man. That was the one where we discovered it had been wrongly priced. Where'd it go? Now it's the correct price, right? Because we discovered the PSA version of the card was only $45. Where'd he go? Well, I must be going crazy. I must have missed him. He must have been somewhere over here then. Hold on. Let's see. Shouldn't be too far away. Ah, here it is. He was hiding behind the PSA version. So there it is, 45 and 49. Okay. Ooh, I need a new Sharpie marker. I took the other one out of the room. Hey, Peter. 10 packs of Blue Sky Stream. Sounds good. So 4 packs of Rocket as well. Give me a second. Toss this gold up here. Piece of gold fell down. So, Mr. Peter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop. Lovely. Sarah Dusenberry says, how is everybody? What's up, Sarah? Doing pretty good. People are lazy and don't like the stream. There it is. All right. Well, you know, if we don't hit those stream goals, I can't hand out a free booster pack. Back in for another box of Black Flames and Fusion Art. Sounds good. All right. So you enjoyed the first one and you'd like to try again. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. Pulling that. Giovanni's Nidoking. That's Peter Fenelty, guys. Wow. It's Sebastian. Hello, Sebastian. How are you today? Get this over here. Ah, that's Peter Waddington. I can't remember. What do we got going on for you, Peter Fenelty? You didn't need a new bag by chance, did you? So hard to traverse these P boxes because they're so far away. Let's grab this whole box. Hate when my gold falls. Oh, here it is. Mr. Fenelty's right there. Ooh, well, we got that flimsy holder for the gram, and it creates sort of like a paper airplane feeling to it, you know, so if you bump it, it like lifts off. This guy right here, yeah, like look, you bump it and it just kind of goes flying. 1 gram of gold is $165. You can also trade for that gold. Okay, so now we have an order from Luke Laurie. PSA grading on the Darth Vader 2 Heatwave Arena. 2 Heatwave Arenas coming right up. All right. I love the streaming channel. I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad to hear that. Appreciate you guys being here. You can't misgender your Vaporean before you get it in the mail. What are your thoughts on the Umbreon non-graded long-term hold as the population continues to rise? I don't know. That's all crystal ball stuff. Is it a good artwork? Well, then it'll probably go up in price. Ta-da! See, that's about as much, unless you got like a piece of data. Unless you got a piece of data, you know. The market tends to do things that you don't predict it to do either. So who knows? You know, if it follows a pattern, somebody will break that pattern because that's how money's made. Money is made when the pattern is unexpected. If the pattern's predictable, then everyone will, you know, make the same move and no one will make any money. So it's when things happen that you don't expect, that's when money gets made in a market. There we go. All right, we got Dark Houndoom up to 9 spots. Here's Wigglytuff. Here's Carvana. Cool. So we're still rotating slabs as usual. Let's get Luke Laurie's Darth Vader now. Which bag is it in, huh? Is it in this bag? I think it is. Oh, yeah. I've spent many an hour searching for rocks in my shaggy carpeting. What? Okay. I think I brought a rock home with me this last weekend. Karis and I went walking around in the woods looking for morel mushrooms. So let's get it out of this holder because we don't want to encourage them to grade at 9.5. Okay, there it goes. All right. The bulk box and delivery came. Thank you for that. Yeah, what'd you think? Was it a lot of cards? There's no padding. They all just get tossed in there very rapidly. There it goes. Most of the price of the bulk box is just because you're using up my time. That's it. Takes time to make those. I was thinking of having Mr. Cameron make them in the future. The Glory. And this is going to say PSA? Yeah, PSA. Okay, PSA. 14 pounds worth. So yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. Oh, what are we doing here? This is Elizabeth's Rain box of Rocket. Put that back over there. There we go. All right. We have an order from Dominic Gonzalez, 10 Blue Sky Stream. Okay, 10 Blue Sky Stream. Looking for an open box. If we can't find an open box, I go get a box. I think we need a box. So I'll be right back, guys. When is the next PSA sub going out? Not for a little while, but it will go out. All right, here we are. Here we are. PokeRev has more bulk. What? He's better. He's stronger. All right. And the tag sub? The tag sub is, I've been working on that one. I worked on that one 2 nights ago. So it's pretty close. That's the next one to actually go out. Here we are. All right. Oh, he didn't order the whole box. He ordered 10 of them. Silly me. I do that a lot, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we are. All right. When a product's really affordable, my brain just assumes you're always buying a whole box of it almost. There we go. All right. I just spent 2 hours cleaning up the inside of a 2006 Honda that I'll be learning how to drive in. If I'm going to learn in it, it will be treated like my second home. It's nice having a clean car. All right, there we go. All right. Hold. There's Gyarados. Yeah, just so you guys know, I primarily work on submissions on the weekend. I don't do a lot on the weekdays. Like for today, for example, I didn't even get all my work today done. I didn't create and post a short today. I was just barely able to keep up with all the other stuff I was doing. I was getting these encapsulations prepared for Mr. Cameron. So I got work on TCC grading done today. Got a lot of that done, actually. Takes a lot of prep. And then he mentioned that he can't come in. So I swapped over. I started doing communication stuff. So I'm talking with one of my suppliers about an upcoming Weiss set. He wants me to place an order for it now in May. And then I guess it releases in August. Here's Dominic. All right. Dominic, here you are. I'm pretty sure the AC filter hasn't been changed since 2006. Ooh. Okay, that is the PayPal orders. Zachary Stekskowski is actually next. Let's see what he ordered. He ordered a box of EB2. Here it is, Mr. Zach, ordering that box of EB2. EB2 is under the moving sale liquidation clearance menu at the upper part of the menu, right under the secret menu link. That's where you'll find that. And we got several different products in there, and they are at very low prices. 2 months. I waited 4 months. It is. My first package came in today. Thank you, mister. It's like Christmas. There it is. Don't forget to contact your content borrower. Oh, yeah. God, dude, that guy's so stupid. Tag grading suddenly became a very long wait time. I submitted tag cards a long time ago, and they're still stuck at tag. So tag clearly is receiving a lot of orders, and they can't keep up. There we go. Okay. EB is One Piece? Oh, yeah, that's One Piece. EB2. Do I need to add that to it? One Piece EB2. All right, $48 a box. Probably the fastest selling item on the menu right now because of its insanely good price. Here we are. Okay. All right. Oops. Dropping that little, there it goes, non-hollow. Probably doesn't even have that much value. Here's a hollow. By the way, if you guys ever want to drop the hollows, you don't want them, let me know. I'll just send them to bulk. That's what I'll do with them. All right. All right. Okay. We send cards from Germany to the USA, and it lasts 45 days. This, what, for PSA grading? We are. Oh. Very nice. Is EB One Piece 2 or One Piece 11? It is. Okay, toss this over here. All right. Here's this. Here's this. Okay. Very nice. All right. Stock markets have bounced back up. I'm up like 5%. It's really good. Today I went and I bought $5,000 of Tesla stock. I bought back into Tesla. It is. Ooh, because I'm very interested, not in his car company, but in the AI, the robots, and especially the Neuralink. I don't really hear a lot of companies doing what Neuralink's doing. But the car company, I guess, is a thing too. There we go. All right. Man, that Neuralink stuff is super cool. Gets me real excited for the future. The ability to have a chip implanted into your head and then you can communicate with computers. Oh, straight from your head. I mean, that's really cool stuff. That's like futurism, kind of like, oh, magical powers kind of stuff. But today I thought about it and I feel like maybe all the negativity around that stock based on the CEO's political views might have the stock undervalued at the moment. So I said, you know, if everyone's pissed off at him, but the product is still good, like there's no competition for Neuralink, now might be a time to buy a little bit. And 5,000 is really not that much money in the grand scheme of things, so I just bought a little bit. All right. But that was money I already had laying around from when I sold. All right, we have Kai Finesse. He says another box of Black Flames and a box of Fusion Art. Box of Black Flame. I brought 2 of those in. Oh yeah, here we are. Box of Fusion Art. How nice is that? Yeah, I already had money laying around, just cash, that I had withdrawn from the stock market before the big crash caused by the tariffs. I'd already pulled my money out, so I avoided the whole crash. And I bought back in the other day, and I'm up a whole 5% in like a month. So I've gotten very lucky at timing the market. All right. It is. Sell that damn boat. Karis and I already did. We sold one of our boats. We got a second boat we can sell. We don't know if we want to sell it right away. We might want to use it this summer. Sent you a Discord message about the trade-in. I got to drive to work, so you may not be live when I get off. All right, sounds good. I should move to Charlotte, North Carolina. We were going to move to North Carolina. That was our original plan out of school. we were going to move toward the ocean. Not the main city, but the ocean on the side. It's a smaller place. What is that place called? I can't remember. You guys have a major, not a major, but you guys have a city on the edge of the ocean. Yes. And we went on a vacation there. That was our last vacation. It was 8 years ago. Was it 8 years ago? I think it was 8 years ago. That was our last vacation. Last time we went anywhere. Where did you finally decide on? Nowhere. We're leaning toward Florida. It is. We're leaning toward Florida right now. All right, here we are. So we like the idea of maybe like northern Florida, a little less tropical. There's fewer hurricanes. All right, let's see. You can actually like study where all the bad hurricanes have gone in Florida and then just move to the place with the least hurricanes. Oops. All right. But what's really important about Florida is they don't have any state taxes. Oops. And so we think if we buy a small, cheap home so that we don't get much property tax, and we buy it with cash so there's no mortgage, no interest rate on the mortgage, and we're out of the way of the hurricane, and a smaller house requires less insurance, and we protect the cards substantially with whatever, like waterproofing them, keeping them in some sort of vault or something. We think we can reduce our risks and live in a no-tax state with the beach. There you go. That's our thoughts on moving to Florida. So, but it's not really something we got to worry about until about December or sometime around then. Our goal until then is to just really reduce all the crap in our inventory room. Try to get that inventory down to just what's necessary and just what's hot. What's necessary and what's hot. Beedrill. No, this is Vespa Queen. The worst version of Beedrill. All right, nothing crazy there. Orlando, says Aquanix. Yeah, a lot of people keep mentioning Orlando. We're thinking about, I think it's called Jacksonville. Isn't it called Jacksonville, the northern part? It is. People have complained about Jacksonville when I mention it, but yeah, I mean, look up a hurricane map. Jacksonville doesn't get hit with as many storms. It's near the border of South Carolina. Try and buy a home that's a higher elevation. Yeah, that's another thing, a higher elevation. The closer to the theme parks, the better. Use concrete all the way, mister, unless you are well inland. All right. Dungeons are cheaper than vaults. But, mister, you can buy us all a home in my community and hire me to work full-time. We'll be neighbors. Where's that at? Here's Key. Oh, in Orlando? Here's Key. Wait, wait a second. Let me close this. Oh, I see, in North Carolina. All right, next box. I like North Carolina. We genuinely liked it. By the way, if you live in North Carolina, let me give you a tip. It feels exactly like Missouri. There's almost no difference. When we drove through North Carolina on the way to the beach, it was virtually the same state. It's at like the same elevation on the globe, and until you get to the beach, it's like literally the same state. If you came out here to Missouri, it'd feel exactly the same. The weather, the trees. It is. Very, very similar. So this is Fusion Art. This is also for Mr. Kai Finesse. He's a new customer. Nice to meet you, Mr. Kai. All right. Ready? So, yeah, the weather feels exactly the same. About an hour north of Charlotte, so prices dropping a lot. Oh, nice. There we are. Yeah, we originally planned on buying like a house by the beach in North Carolina. But when you really study it, it doesn't really make sense to do that when you can just drive south to Florida and have no state taxes. Saves you a lot of money to have no state taxes. Any of you guys could move to a state like Texas or Florida and immediately regain a lot of your income. But you know, maybe there's some scenarios where it makes more sense to pay a extra tax to live somewhere. There it is. All right. For example, if Karis quits her job and I'm the only one earning, the state taxes don't matter as much at that point because our income goes down. But she works and I work, and she's a software engineer, and I've been a very successful Pokemon card shop owner. Yeah, the taxes matter a lot to us. I hate to say it. I say the word taxes like 100 times a week, I feel, but man, it matters so much. I can't believe how much of the government can take. What percentage of your income can just go to the government? It's really crazy. It is. All right. Here's Genesect. You start to look at it and feel robbed. Okay. Does it make sense to ship 2 times to Germany or 1 big time? I have 4 slabs and some cards. That's not too much. Yeah, we can ship that all in one shipment. Yeah, let's ship that all in one shipment. You should tell me, you know, how expensive the slabs are roughly. Just give me a rough estimate. Here's Hoopa. Can you ship all 4 slabs with the $20 shipment? Oh, there's no chance for you to do a $20 shipment. No chance for that. Your shipment has to be $40, and it should cover all your stuff. Yeah, even if you split it into 2 shipments, it's probably not enough at $20. You're going to be doing one $40 shipment. That's the move for you. That's the cheapest move, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, cold. Chandelure. Oh no, is this going to be a box with no hits in it? Oh, it's one of those. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Kai Finesse. You got a box of fusion art. So that can happen in these Korean boxes. You can get a box and it's just cold. Oh, no, wait, it's not cold. You got this leaf right at the beginning, Grass Energy. It's a Grass Energy box. I wasn't even thinking about it. The Grass Energy is your pull. I thought it was a cold box. I mean, essentially it is, because the Grass Energy isn't a super good pull by any means. So I would say you got Vespiquen in round 1. You got the Leaf Energy or the Grass Energy in round 2. The first round was your best round. That was when you pulled the Golden Charizard. I like that one better. Does Lobster taste good? I think it does, but I like crab legs better. Lobster has, it's kind of like shrimp, but I want to say it's almost got like a more gamey flavor than shrimp. Yeah. When I eat lobster, it has like a very oceany flavor. Let me think about it. There's a tad of sweetness to lobster and then a fishy flavor too. It's a shellfish flavor. See, there's fish flavor and there's shellfish flavor. I can't get enough of the shellfish flavor. That's why I can eat clams, oysters, mussels, crab, lobster, shrimp. I can eat those all day long. They're so good. It's got the flavor of shellfish. Mr. Kai, thank you so much, Mr. Kai. Okay. So next up, we've got Aaron Searles, 2 Team Rockets. All right, let's grab this. All right. Thanks, mister. That makes sense. I'll wait some months. No problem. You can do that if you'd like. So this is for Aaron Searles, right? Yep, Aaron Searles. Mr. Aaron, nothing crazy coming out of there. I eat caviar for breakfast. What? Okay, Aaron Searles. Thank you so much for that. Let's get a rotation on these slabs real fast. Electric type Sealdos. Giratina. Iona. Jolteon. Oops. Lycia's Appeal. That's a pretty good one. That one's probably going to sell. Somebody almost put that in slab away, but they didn't have the cash on hand for it. All right. Let's see. There's a lot of repeat slabs in here. I'm trying to grab one that's not a repeat. How about this one? So that's a Lapras 8. Would you try Octopus? I've already eaten a lot of Octopus. Yeah, it's okay. I don't think it's as good. there's kind of no reason to eat it, in my opinion, because there's already so many other good seafood options. All right. Oops, Lapras, Lapras, Fossil. All right. So it looks like Lapras 8 is going to be $39. It's a lovely card. Oops. Chinese like celery squids. What's number 2 after crab legs? Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, the number 2 after crab legs. You know, I want to say it's lobster, but the problem is every time I get lobster, I always ask myself, why didn't I just get crab? And then shrimp's way, way, way cheaper than lobster and has a really solid flavor all by itself, but not cheap. There's a difference between cheap gross shrimp and like high quality fresh shrimp, you know? Yeah, lobster's really expensive, and it always tastes like worse than crab legs. I always prefer the crab legs, so I actually rarely get lobster. Like, lobster's decent. It's just like a different kind of shrimp almost, and it has a slightly different flavor than the shrimp. So I don't think lobster's number 2. I think it goes crab legs, then it probably goes shrimp, because shrimp is like, it's like chicken breast. You know, it's like the standard seafood. You can get it all the time. So lobster, then shrimp. And then probably after that, it would be, crab legs, shrimp, and then lobster. And part of the big reason for that is just because the price on lobster doesn't make any sense. It's just overpriced. For what you're getting, it's overpriced. And so I guess if you're really, really wealthy, you get the lobster all the time. And I'd probably enjoy it. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've eaten a lot of lobster claws, and I've had, so there's a kind of like a high-class grocery store next to us, and they sell these big bags of lobster claws, and I'll get those sometimes, and they taste pretty good, but then I always end up wondering, like, why am I eating this and not just eating crab legs? And so that's the problem with it. Yeah, definitely. There's also scallops. Scallops rank really high. Scallops are very similar to, like, shrimp. Let me think. Scallops almost have a more pure flavor, like a calmer flavor, like a less intense flavor. And they're smooth as butter, whereas shrimp can almost be stringy in some cases. Actually, so I'm going to re-rank it. I'm going to say crab legs at the top, then scallops, then shrimp, then lobster, because the price makes no sense. If the price was cheap on lobster, it'd probably rank above shrimp. And then after that, probably, you know, the clams and the mussels and all them pop in. Those are really good if they're cooked right. All right, so we have Beatrice. Can I get a PSA 10 Leafeon Pokeball? I believe you can. So here it is. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to search and see if he's already got one in here, so I can keep this one on the table. Here it is. Oh, but that's the Master Ball. Okay, so that's a Master Ball Leafeon. I'm going to put that back and give you this Pokeball one. Making me hungry for seafood. Just don't eat the poop shoot and the shrimp. You can totally eat the poop shoot. Makes no difference. Makes no difference. Here it is. 17. People just get the ick from it. All right. Okay. There you go. Used to be, back in the day, almost no one removed that. You just ate it. Now everyone's aware of what it is, and they go, well, I don't want to eat that. Okay, Anthony says he'll take 10 Trump Playboy packs and 10 Journey Together. All right. Mr. likes tripe. Yeah. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10. Sent for the Lapras. Okay, Lapras, set that to the side. Ready? 10 times 10 is 100. This is going to go down to 430. We're going to start here, okay? Hopefully you pull a trump. You probably will. Let's see what happens. I just got a 5-pound bag of russet for $2. Yeah, potatoes are cheap as hell, man. You know, most of that price, too, the $5, is just the profit necessary to keep somebody out there working on potatoes for you. Because the real value of a potato is like nothing. They're so cheap and so easy to farm. But, you know, there's the cost of the packaging and the transportation and the labor. That's the real cost of the potato. Okay. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. We got a little piece of trash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, nope. Okay. These Playboy cards do not show any nudity. They're completely non-nude. We're looking for Donald Trump. They're vintage cards, and so this is a vintage Donald Trump card. Okay, okay, okay. Isn't this Michael Jackson's sister? All right. Jesse, what was her name? Janet Jackson? She looks so much like him. It's really interesting. Here's... How much are these? These are $10 per pack if you'd like to open some. All right. All right. Again, there's no nudity at all. You're not going to find any nudity. There's nothing inappropriate about these cards. They're pretty bland. Actually, Weiss Azure Lane is sexier than these. But what they are is they're vintage. And we're looking for a Donald Trump card. Okay. So let's see. All right. Checking that one because the Donald Trump one can actually be that one. Oh, look, there's that classic bunny outfit. Okay. I love Janet Jackson. Do you? I've heard some of her music, and it's just not as good. All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Hey, it's Dan the Wise Man. How's it going, Dan? What you're hoping to happen for you, you're hoping to pull a Trump card before it gets really expensive. That one's kind of sexy. Okay. All right. Because if it gets really expensive, you're going to wish that you had just participated in like one of my breaks or something. Of course, I don't have any Trump cards on hand. But you might pull... Is that a butt? I think that's a butt. Okay. Vagina, boobs, boobs, boobs. The letter A. This episode of Sesame Street brought to you by the letter A. And you? I'm feeling okay. Just another work day for me. Okay. Remember Coneheads? Okay. All right. All right. All right. It's kind of nice. All these ladies, of course, are now in their 60s. There it is. You know, people get really twisted up about people who work in the adult entertainment industry. But, you know, they're just living their lives. And then one day we're all grandparents. You think they regret it when they're grandparents, when they're that age, when they're 60 years old? You think they even think about it? That one's kind of sexy. Oh, there it is. So that's the card you want. So you got this. Okay. That's kind of sexy. So you got that. That's going to have the, that one's going to have the Trump image on it. And so I've seen people grade this card too and try to sell it because it has the image. But I don't really think collectors are going to want this as much. So there it is, see? That's Donald Trump down there. Okay, one more pack. The card spelling out Playboy would be pretty cool. Yeah, sort of like a A brand card is what you're talking about. Like this right here. Is that what you're talking about? That looks pretty clean. Okay. And there you go. So that was 10 packs, no Donald Trump. Well, I mean, technically you did get one. You got this one down here. Pretty interesting, huh? All right. Mr. Anthony. Now he's sending in for 10 packs of Journey Together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There it is. That's a lot of cards over there. 10 packs of Journey Together. I think that's $80, right? Who needs sets with more Christian values? Yeah, Playboy definitely was a nudie magazine. That was the Gooner magazine of the time, huh? Times have really changed. There you go. All right. Humans have always enjoyed looking at each other naked. To this day, some of the best-selling cards are just cards that are girls. That's it, you know? Like, think about Weiss Schwartz, Sneaker Bunko. Pretty uncomplicated. We're all cavemen. Here goes Noivern. Done the Sparse. It's pretty hilarious. Penthouse pushed it over the edge. It is. It's pretty hilarious that Donald Trump was in a Playboy magazine cover. Like, that's crazy as that. Hell, man. All right. Not very Christian Republican values, right? Well, that was because back in the day, he wasn't a Republican. He was a Democrat. He donated money to the Democrat Party, lots of money. And he partied and didn't really fit the boring Republican conservative vibe at all. It is Reggie Rock. Okay. Ooh, Iona's Belly Bolt is a solid pull. Check that out. That is a good one. Okay, did a little bit better over here in the Pokemons. Got to pay to play. Keep hollows and basics. All right. That's pretty common to donate the hollows. Now, you don't want these guys here, huh? There it is. Iona's Belly Bolt. Why don't we put this in the top loader for you? I don't know what it costs, but... okay. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. Whoa, we have 124 viewers in the daytime. Nice. Well, I'm glad you guys are here enjoying our card stream. We've been hosting this card stream for 6 years, if you can believe it. 6 years we've been doing this. We host a daytime stream and a nighttime stream. I think that kind of splits our audience up, though. Like, there's people who show up only to the daytime and people who show up only to the nighttime. But, I don't know, it all seems to work out. We're busy as hell, aren't we? You should have seen us last night. We were busy the whole stream. There it is. All right. PSA 10 is $300 for that gold. That's what I was thinking. It felt like an expensive card. Spot and Glory of Team Rocket. Here you go, Miss Elizabeth. This is a new round. All right. Still want it sealed? Here it is. Glory of Team Rocket, round 3, 4, 5, whatever we're on. Andrew Wall says, PSA 10 Drifloon Slab payoff. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Let me mark this on red. And now we're going to Slab Away. We have Mr. Andrew. And he's got the Drifloon. All right, cool, man. I'm going to go looking for your card in the box over here. What's your fee to sell cards that we send you to you for us? 27%, but your card's not being sold in auction. So it all works out. Right, like if you put it up on auction on eBay, you're going to have to pay 13% on the final sale value of the card. Here it is. Pop 1 Drifloon from the XY era. You know, lucky for you, Andrew, the price of the XY era is going up. This is XY or black and white? Oh, even better. This is a black and white card. That's even better. Those are super expensive. Yeah, this is good. Let me get a fresh marker. Give me a second here. All right, so here we are. We are back. If you buy a foreign set, do you keep the bulk? No. Okay. There's only one situation where you keep the bulk, and that's when the booster packs get really expensive. Usually around $30 or more. There we go. I think the official number is $35. Okay. Richard Palmer, English Nikke, or Japanese if no English. There's only Japanese. There's only Japanese. So let me take a quick look into the menu, see what that's. Oops, what's this? Let me click on that and then hit save. Okay, now let me scroll down to Nikke. So Nikke is $6.50 per pack. So you sent enough for 2 packs with some money left over. Do I have an open box of Nikke? I don't think I do. So let me go pull a fresh box of Nikke. Remember, we have a master case of Nikke. That's 3 cases, and it gives you the best chance of a super valuable pull to come out of there. Oh, we're still waiting for somebody to join this Slow Bro gym break. There's only 2 spots in here, so it's almost over. Hold up. I just opened that master case, and it's English. So give me a second. That would suggest I have no more of the Japanese set. Okay, give me a second. All right, give me a minute. When did I order this and from whom? I'm very confused here. Let me go over here. A master case is just 2 cases in English. Oh, I see. Okay, this one was delivered. So what's this over here? I have to know what I paid for these. I don't know where I got this from. It can't possibly be this. This was ordered 1 day ago. It's not adding up. I don't understand it. Where did these come from? Oh, might be this one. Okay. So I actually did pay more for these. That's exactly what I'm looking for. All right. So let me just look at the details on this. Make sure this one's not Japanese. All right. It's all been figured out. So what I have coming is 2 master cases. This is one of them, and it was pre-ordered. And it was a little more expensive than the last one. So let's go ahead and find out what I'd like to sell these at. You know, it's kind of frustrating. I'm feeling lately like pre-orders cost more than just buying the product at launch. Okay. And you're saying there's 2 of these. Divided by 24, divided by presumably 12. All right, so it looks like we're going to want $8 per pack on this. But let me do one more thing. Okay, so give me a moment. Oops, nope, that's not what we want. That's not what we want. We're going to grab this. We're going to grab this. All right, jump over here. Almost done. Yes, so it looks like Nikke will be $8. That's the correct price on it. Okay, and it's actually Japanese Nikke that I'm sold out of. So that set is off the menu now. No more Japanese Nikke. One more thing I'd like to check. Yep, so Dan to Dan's the correct price as well. That's good. Okay. All right, perfect. Also, all right. And let's jump in here and hit play. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes pricing things live is the best way to get it onto the menu right away. Hey guys, it's me, PokeRev. Looking for the SEC cards. There's 1 in every 3 cases. Nice. All right. Richard Palmer, 2 packs of Nikke. Nikke English is in. I didn't realize we had it. We had it like a day or 2 ago. Did you get a strange delivery? I don't think I did. All right. Mister, are you sold out of English Nikke? No, actually, we have a fresh master case right now. Ooh, I didn't want to tear. What are these boxes made out of, man? These boxes are made out of plastic. Everything's plastic, guys. Look at this. That's plastic. Oh, my God, dude. I hate it. I hate it. I hate plastic. I'm tired of plastic. Why has everything got to be plastic? So gross, man. All right. So, English Nikke is in. It's $8 per pack. Okay. All right. I'm made out of plastic, probably for better weatherproofing. I am one with microplastics. Well, yeah, I mean, first is shrink wrapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's 12 packs per box. Here goes. Let's see. Here's a holo. Lovely. Here's this girl with the boobs. Lovely. Konnichiwa. All right. Strange delivery had white powder everywhere. Holo. Holo. No, wait a second. He didn't order this many. I just opened 4. He only ordered 2. I'm sorry. I do this every time. He only ordered 2. There it is. So which pack did this come out of? Pack number... Hold on. How many of these did I open? I did this last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we opened 4 packs total. And which pack was this? Was this the first or the second pack? This. And there's 4 holos. I've done this so many times. I act like you're buying a whole box of them because I'm used to selling whole boxes of them. I'll just rewind this real fast. Replay? 2 free ones. I'll just replay real fast. All right. Oops. Let's grab this. We'll grab this. Second pack? All right, so it's all yours. So we have some open Nikke right there. I think there's probably 2 more hits left in it. And he's not privy to the bonus thing, the top box topper or the promo, whatever you want to call it, because he only opened 2 packs, not substantial enough. And so those are going to be your 2 pulls, along with some free hollows, Mr. Richard. Let me grab your bag, Mr. Richard. So we got some Nikke open right there. Does anybody want that? Coming out of a fresh case, I imagine someone's going to buy that because the odds are actually superior. But you have to buy all 8 of them. Your odds are superior in that round because only 1 full art's been pulled. New bag, Mr. Richard? Rate the open packs. Ryan Riley. Ryan. Richard Silver. Ryan. Okay, new bag. I'll buy it. It says Mr. Meow. All right, they're sold, guys. Don't try to buy that. Mr. Meow is offering to buy it. If you buy that right now, I'll open them right now. Okay. Who are you, Mr. Meow? Do I know who you are? Thank you, Mr. Richard. It's so funny. This whole thing started with him asking for English, and I didn't have English, which I thought was true. Then I checked because I was trying to get more Japanese, and it turned out I don't have any Japanese. I actually do have English. All right, let's get this music playing. So that's just waiting for Mr. Meow. And while we're waiting for him, let's take care of Mr. Gabriel, who sent for 2 Halo Upper Decks. Mr. Gabriel, you ready? Here it is. Okay. Flood. Hunter in green, and holographic, the story so far. So this pack's just okay. Kind of a cold pack. I love the halo. Oh, the halo's so good. The halo's so good, man. Pack number 2. How about a hit in this pack, though? Ooh, that's golden. All right, cool. So this is Discover Earth. Numbered? Not numbered. Nah, that's too bad. Not an Upper Deck fan. It makes no difference to me. Here it is. All right. Mr. Gabriel with the G. That's too snooty for me. It is. As long as the card is a quality card, that's what matters. All right. I don't know if Mr. Meow was serious. He said, I'll buy it. Let me just see real fast. I'm more of a Lower Deck fan. I don't know who Mr. Meow is. Jumping over here. Let's see if he sent him a payment in. I did. Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. Is that you, Mr. Richard Palmer? Nikke, I'm Mr. Meow. Ah, there it is. All right, so the rest of the pack's going to you, Mr. Richard Palmer. All right, so hopefully something nice out of here. Let's see what happens. So here's Blanc. That's already nice. Richard went ahead and bought the rest of the box. It's not such a bad deal. It's like getting 2 free packs out of this box. I think a lot of people would buy that. Okay, but the real question is what will come out of the box. Hopefully a lucky round. Lady with microphone. Oh, you got statue-looking woman. I think that's going to be it. That's the other 2 full arts. So this box is not going to be the box with the signatures in it. All right, here's this girl, and here's this girl, and here's this girl, and this bonus card at the back. Bubblegum girl, who, I don't know why, but bubblegum outfits are very sexy. All right, there we go. Very nice. Okay, Mr. Richard. Not bad, Mr. Richard. You got a box at a 2 packs off price. Thank you, Richard. Really appreciate it, man. Okay. Nathaniel Martinez is next. ONE EB02. Like one pack. Here you go. One pack. One Dan to Dan. You guys back? I smacked the camera really hard, my bad. When I was trying to throw that other box away, I like smacked the camera. All right, where did I put Dan to Dan? I know we've got a ton of it because we got a fresh case of it. Ah, there it is. Dan to Dan, fresh case, everybody. So we got a fresh case. How's this looking? Is this looking okay? Do I need to zoom out or anything like that? All right. And one Carddass Nikke. One Carddass Nikke. Mr. Boxing his camera, literally. Looks good. Okay. Good. Look at that. The $3 EB2 card would have come out of one of the earlier cases. I wonder if that's got a crazy pull in it. Wouldn't that be interesting? Okay. Hit the like. Smash that like button. Here's a holo. Just a cold pack. All right, there it is. Nathaniel Martinez. He says he's ready for a round of shipping. You got it, Mr. Nathaniel Martinez. Let's see. You'd be in the end boxes. Put this down here. What is this, too? What are these slabs, dude? Get these slabs out of my face. Nicholas. Nocturio. Who's this? Somebody. Nicholas Moar. Nathan Gordon. Nick Weed. Nicholas something. Ah, here we are, Nathaniel Martinez. All right, cool. You ready for a round of shipping on that, huh? Mister, I sent you a message on Discord. Okay, let's see. I need to know how to copy your link for my YouTube channel because most of my slabs come from you and views are pretty good. We'll mark this unread. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. You might need to explain it a little more. Let's see if I can just ship Nathaniel. Have we shipped you before, Nathaniel? It looks like we have. All right, cool. Okay, let's set this up. Okay, and good. Wait till the chameleons and large spiders start running around the table, knocking slabs over. Those Nikke look good. Reminds me of the Halo active camo card. Wow, we need this too. Hurry up and give us a price. Mr. backhanded the phone. Yep, that's it. Bubblegum girl's name is Alice. Oh, here we are. We got a price. Good. Okay, now Nathaniel, if you want to add anything to that outgoing shipment, feel free, man. If you want to open a couple more EB2s or a couple more Carddass Nikke, they're still available to be added to your bag. You got your label printed? All right. We have an Anthony Kalura, 10 more Journey Together. You can keep the hollows in the basic EXs. Ooh, okay, 10 more Journey Togethers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, Journey Together. Great set. Lots of fun in this set. Ready? Trying to get in Alice's Wonderland. Here it is. Okay. All right, let's see. Pink seems to just be an exciting color, huh? There it is. Very feminine. All right. Tossing that away. Here's a full Corona, Mimikyu. Black Belt. Here's Kecleon. Ah, Rabombi. Ooh. Okay. All right. Here's a fun fact. 6 years ago when we started this channel, we automatically removed your holographic cards every time because back then they were so valueless. All right, there it is. One Rabambi coming out of there, huh? Rabambi. Tag Slabs Fairy Energy still available? Yes, although we may want to reevaluate the price on that. I don't know where it went last. That slab is graded from the XY era, and as you know, those boxes are going way, way up in price. So it's probably a lot more attractive. I don't know if the price would have changed much, but I mean, imagine it came from XY Evolutions and graded 10 with tag. I mean, that must be near impossible. There it goes, one Rabambi. Kind of a rough round that time, I suppose. Yeah, it's a special little slab, isn't it? Oh, it's right there, in fact. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Get some extra slabs up on this table. So here we have a nice Raticate 9 first edition for 24. I think that was priced recently. Same here. This was priced recently. Sandshrew is $285 red label, huh? Let's take a quick look at that. Sky Ridge. Sky Ridge. There it is. Okay, in fact, our price is too cheap. So that used to be a red label card. This is no longer a red label card. Oh, let me use my other marker. Okay, there it is. So I know which marker is which. All right, so this was actually priced way back in February. I made a payment. How do I know Mr. got it? Says J. Oliver. Have no fear, Mr. J. Oliver. We're just going through it. But you can tell me what your name is and how long ago you ordered it. So we're looking up 10 Fairy Energy. All right, so let's type in XY maybe. All right. So it looks to me like there is an XY Fairy Energy for sale from XY Evolutions for $570. Seems kind of high. There's no data showing what it might have sold for. All right, so our policy is to just follow the buy it now price. This guy wants $570 for it. He claims it's a 1 of 1. Well, ours is not a PSA slab. It is. It is a $1,000 slab. Why do you say that? You say that as a joke? It is. So I'm not going to question his price. His price might be wrong, but I'm not in a hurry to sell this either. Ours is going to be cheaper than his. We follow cheapest buy now. It's because the XY era stuff, yeah, very hard to get a 10. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. And the XY era is just exploding completely. All right. So this is a pristine 1996 base set Chansey coin. There is definitely no rush to get rid of these either. This is actually a very collectible item. That's from the base set. All right, let's see. How about sold? Any sold information on this thing? Very little information about this coin. So this coin is going to have a price tag of $750. How's the queue looking? It was kind of busy a minute ago, but we got to get these priced, you know. It's got to happen. Yeah, what I'm seeing from the price updates from like February and March to today is a lot of these prices are rising still. And so it would have been better to have bought some of these items back then. Okay. So now we have Elizabeth, 7 Pokey Shuffles. And if I win the Glory of Team Rocket, I'd like it sealed. Okay, sealed Glory of Team Rocket. So we're going to say dash S. There it is. Glory of Team Rocket, box break, box battle. Jump in there, guys. 7 Pokey Shuffles. How much is the coin? That's 750. I didn't draw that very well, did I? That's 750. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, good luck in there, Miss Elizabeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that's going to be a tough round this time. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Tough round in the Pokey Shuffles. All right. Jose Arredondo, PSA 8 Lapras. So there it is. He bought that a little while ago, so let's try and catch up a little bit, shall we? I don't like the wait times to be too long, so we speed up a little bit if the wait times start to stretch on. All right, this is sold. Let's give Mr. Anthony his cut. I'll join the Glory Box battle. Open if I win. All right, sounds nice. Sounds good. So first we'll do a calculation to give you some of this. Okay. Well, you're supposed to get $38 from the Lapras. I tell you what, I'll just give you $40, and we'll just call it a day. We won't update this. So that's going over here because it's sold. And this, we'll say Anthony Kalura. How does that sound? All right, we got 2 out of 5. The box battles are fun because they give you a chance for a whole box. All right, we have Mr. Julio Oliveira. Korean Matchless Fighters box, hits and hollows. Also, is the Slab Lugia from yesterday still available? I think you noticed that it had a really fancy Alt-Art Lugia, but I'm afraid that one's not for sale. One day we'll host a very fancy break on it. It looks very much like this break, see? So what you could do is jump into the Rayquaza break, but there won't be, that Lugia won't be for sale for the moment. Let's go get some Korean Matchless Fighters. Right here. Great set. All right, let's do it, man. Yeah, I can see why it would catch your eye. It's a really fancy thing, isn't it? Ready? All right. I remember when this came back from Tag, and I saw a price of 120 on it, and I was like, wow, that's a lot. But I didn't let that price psych me out, because I know how hard it is to grade 10 on any XY Evolution card. It's near impossible. And I know for some XY Evolution cards, the population on them is near 0. So I said, we'll stick to the high price, whatever it was. The price back then was 120, and the urge would have been to sell it for like 40 bucks or some stupid thing like that. What a mistake that would have been. I own some XY Evolution hollows that cost like $700. Rips, it's a pristine. Sign me up for 2 glory hole spots. Mr. LaFlame would like 2 glory hole spots. So there's 1 spot left in the Glory of Team Rocket box battle. It's a box battle, so 1 person gets the whole thing. All right. Maybe we should have a vintage pack battle running too. Would you guys like that? So we got a pack break and a pack battle. All right. Tossing this over here. Okay, Mr. LaFlame. What's 813 minus 40? That would be the same as $773. Oh, but you did it twice, actually, so it should be LaFlame, 3 and 4. $733 remains. Okay, there it is. Julio. Ready? We've got Dragozolt, or whatever his name was. Can never remember his name. Holographic Thundurus. I'm telling you, man, we haven't had good fossil Pokemon in a long time. Remember Kabutops? Oh my gosh. Bring back cool fossil Pokemon, please, dude. Blaziken. How much for the spot? It's $40 to buy into the Team Rocket Box Battle. In the Team Rocket Box Battle, everyone's buying, effectively, one of my custom booster packs. The custom booster packs come with one card. So each person will receive one card. One person will pull a card that I'm actually going to trade for the Rocket Box. So that's how it really works. You're buying a $40 custom booster pack with the chance to pull a booster box out. There it is. We call them breaks to make it easier to understand. Slowking. But be sure to understand what you're really buying, because your odds to pull the box are 1 in 5 booster packs. And the card that you're going to pull out of the booster pack, if it's not the booster box card, then it's going to be a card worth about a penny to 5 cents. Oh, Moltres popping out of the very last pack. I was worried you had a no-hits box. All right, Mr. Julio. I don't know if I've already got a bag for you. I don't think I do. Do I? I think you might be new. Okay, tossing this over here. Lovely. I really like this Galarian Slowking artwork. Isn't that nice, everybody? Okay, and here are your holos. I'm new. This is Jay Oliver. Well, it's really nice to meet you. Got this. So if you're new, let's get you a fresh bag, shall we? All right. Good. Okay, we'll protect the hit card like a sandwich. There it goes. Pop these guys in there like this. All right, well, welcome to our group, man. It's nice to have you here. Oliveira. All right. People who tend to stick around here get to know each other a little bit. So it's nice. It's almost like going to your local pub, you know, except instead of beers, you have Pokemon cards. Or whatever it is you're opening. Here's Cerulean, Vaporean, Psychic type Sealdos 9. Here is a lovely Lugia Rises. And this Ivysaur, which would probably be in the center. Here it is. That's a nice Ivysaur. Everyone knows me. Yeah, for example, everyone knows Smoked Out Turtle. Here's David Moray's 2 Trump Playboy packs. All right, give me a moment. All right, ready? Snipping this. All right. Playboy girl, Playboy girls, Playboy, Playboy, Playboy. Okay, that's pack number 1. If you don't like Donald Trump, because some people really don't like him, you can pull the Donald Trump card and have me cut it in half in front of everybody. Oh, this one's really nice. Look at that. That looks really cool. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Very good. No Trump in those packs. Trump, Trump, Trump. Yeah, I told people I'll grade a Donald Trump card, and if you don't like him, we can put him up as a drill card. You can drill a hole through him. I think that'd make a really funny clip, too. How much are those? These are $10 per pack. They were added to the menu yesterday, so you might not have heard about them. There's no nudity. You don't see any parts or bits or anything like that. It's actually pretty tame. David. Where did I last see you? But the goal isn't to pull the Playboy cards. The goal is that they're just like a bonus if you like 1 or 2 of them. The goal is to pull Here's an expired bag. The goal is to pull the Donald Trump card. There's a vintage Donald Trump card in there. And we theorized that that could be actually pretty valuable if it can grade 10 or if you pull the rainbow version. Yeah, these have like rainbow. They're all chrome style cards. Ooh, yucky. So these cards had major stickiness to them. All right, nothing really in this bag. That's why he didn't ship it. Yeah, those cards were sticky. All right, cool. Boo, no naughty bits. That's no fun. I know, but this is YouTube, and I just couldn't do that. I have joked about opening an OnlyFans and opening, like, exclusively, like, fully nude cards. Be like a full-on Gooner stream. Here it is. All right, Mew. I think that'd be interesting. I think that's something... Maybe somebody's already doing that. I bet somebody's already figured out that they can do that. Michael Moore's here. He'd like the Japanese Flareon, the Japanese Jolteon, and the Japanese Vaporeon, and 1 box of Sneaker Bunko. If more, I will send. No problem, man. All right. So, this guy. Actually, you know, so let me go see the box and see what we have in there. I might be able to leave these up on the table because there might already be one graded for each of the ones you pulled. Okay, Sarah Luge. Some 9s in here. All right. Did he ask for the Flareon? Yes, so here's a Flareon. I'm just doing this so I don't have to price it twice. There's a Sylveon you might be interested in. Jolteon. He asked for a Jolteon, right? And then Vaporeon's the last one. Ooh, there's a Leafeon. And an Espeon. Ooh, I might want the Espeons. I might buy those and offer them as breaks later. Actually, yeah, I don't know what to do with some of these because I feel like some of these would make excellent breaks in the near future. Let me set those down for the moment. And so we found... Put that over there. Those look great. Whee! How much are the others? You know, I might actually buy 1 or 2 of those and set them up on the table as a break in a minute. So those might not be priced right away. Although, it won't make a difference to our friend Mr. Anthony because he'll be paid right away if I do decide to do that with them. But we have some other breaks on the table, and we won't be hosting any new breaks until all the current breaks finish. That's kind of how it works. So if you'd like to see new breaks, jump into the current ones. So we got these 2, and you need Vaporeon as well. So here's Vaporeon. Now I just need the prices for these other 2. I need to know what they were. One was a Flareon, right? Dragon pulled up here is pretty cool. Jolteon. All right, so there they are. Flareon, Jolteon. Those are still available. So here it is. So the price was $105 and $100. Okay, good. Let's get this done. Do I have any Legendary Collection Reverse Hollows coming up for sale? I'm afraid I don't. Those are some of the most sought-after cards in the whole hobby. Even I want them. But if I did have them for sale, they'd be at an unbelievable price. All right. Oh, that's the flame. Ooh, man, I gotta be careful, man. All right. Oh, did we never remove $80 for the Journey Together? Man, I gotta be so much more careful. So first, let's remove $80 for the Journey Together. That goes down to $350. And now we're going to add $350. All right. So this ticks up to $572. There you have it. You got $572, Mr. Anthony Kalura. Let's go ahead and write Mr. Michael Moore's name on the back. Yeah, this marker's so dead. Let's make sure that... here it is. Let's make sure Alexis can read this. So for the Espeons, those might become breaks. I actually look at those Umbreons and realize I probably could have done the same thing to those, just held those for future breaks. Because they make great break cards, don't they? I used credit for the first round. The second round of Journey I sent in for PayPal. Didn't use credit. Well, what we did was, you were at 530, and then I took $100 off for the Playboy, but I never took $80 off for that first round of Journey Together. So it went from 530 to 430. That's the Playboy cards. And then I was supposed to go from 430 to 350 for that Journey Together. Then you sent a second round of Journey Together, and yeah, you paid for that. But yeah, I actually never removed the first round because I'm just dumb. That's all it is. I'm just dumb. You can use the stream to track that by just going to that first order during the stream, and you can see I only ever removed 100. There it is. All right. I don't blame you for wanting to double check because I make mistakes, so it's perfectly fair to double check me. So that's Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and 1 box of Sneaker Bunko. Okay, so 1 box of Sneaker Bunko. Do I have a seal box? Yes, I have a seal box of Sneaker right here. By the way, English Nikke is in. If you are wanting English Nikke, let me get a box price for that English Nikke, by the way. All right, we have it. Nikke. Okay, so the box price on the Nikke, $96. All right, so it's 8-/96. Good. And you were wondering if you sent the right amount. Looks like Sneaker Bunko Volume 2 box is $78. Oops, let's remove Sneaker Bunko 1. We don't need that there anymore. Wait, this is Azure Lane. There you go. All right, let's try that again. Okay, so 1 box Sneaker Bunko, $78. I think you might have slightly overpaid. Right. There we go. Mr. Michael, we got 1 whole box of Sneaker Bunko, not to be confused with Azure Lane. There's a lot of sets, and you'll notice they don't say their name on the cover. They say Japanese things, and I can't read Japanese, so I make dumb mistakes. I don't have a bag. Would have grabbed the set. I'll take credit. Sure. So for the difference, right? Give me a second here. So that's $390. Oops. No. God damn it. My computer sits so far away from my hand. Minus $305, minus $78. You have a store credit of $7 remaining. Okay. Thank you, Michael. All right. Big monies. Yeah. I mean, $7 is $7. That's like significant enough, you know. All right. What do we got here? We've got Hat Girl. Look what I bought. I bought some of these. Here it is. I bought some of these. So I'll get some of those graded. Those are some box topper. I was like, man, that box topper looks too good. It's got to be graded. They're going to cost more than the Sneaker Bunko Volume 1 pink-haired girl because those were just commons. So those were easy to obtain. And those were, God, dude, they sold for like over $100 every time, I thought, back in the day. Those do catch attention. Holy, man. Those are some straight-up Gooner cards. We might as well call the Waifu Shuffle the Gooner Shuffle. But no, that's not true because we put normal girl cards in there too, don't we? Just all girl cards get into that box. All right. What do you guys think about sexual girl cards? Do you think those go up in value over time? Here it is. I have a feeling like they could. There it is. All right. Especially if it's like a well-known character for some anime people enjoy. You know, kind of like Princess Leia when she's wearing... Oh, man. Look at that. Holy. So you got to grade that one. There you go. Got you a hollow. Look at that. That's not bad either, is it? All right. All right. All right. So this is why people open up Azure Lane Volume 2, $78 a box. There's also some large signature cards and an SEC card to pull as well. Okay, there's the common. If you pull the common version of the card, I toss it into your pile too. Unless you want to give it up. If you don't want them, let me know. I'll take them. Some people do give up on their bulk, though. They go, I don't need that bulk. Like maybe they've opened a lot of the product. They got like 100 of them already. And they're just like, I don't care about those. Here's Blue-Haired Girl. $7 will barely get you McDonald's now. Out here in Missouri, it would get you some McDonald's for sure. You can get some McDonald's with $7. Might be more expensive in some of the bigger, more expensive states. All right, there we go. Price of living's a little bit cheaper out here. Patiently waiting on my signature to come back from BGS. Think you send it mid-February. I hope you get a black label, dude. That would be so cool. But BGS is brutal. Did you see my Iona return? All 9.5s. Holy cow, dude. All 9.5s. So, you know, it's sit and wait and sweat. There it is. All right, there we go. That's Michael Moore. Thank you, Michael. Mr. Michael, he likes the cards. You need a new bag, don't you? Because you had me ship you out when you finished out. You finished that big slab away, and then you had me ship you. Congrats on that slab away, man. You know, I never should have put that card for sale. And every time I put one of those nice cards for sale, I always regret it later. It's crazy. But, you know, you can't predict the time in the timing of the market. But it's like if you have a good card, what's the argument for selling it unless you don't want to invest anymore? It's like selling one of your better stocks. Like, let's say your goal is to just invest. Well, then why are you selling your Apple stocks? Just sit on them. Sit on them and don't do anything. Or your Walmart stock or whatever, you know. All right, there you go. I think for me, I try to have something really cool up on the table like that so that there's something to come back to the table for. I think that's the hardest part. We have an order from Alex Silva. Can I get 4 Glory of Team Rocket? I have a bag. Might be a box. Okay, you got it. Alex Silva. I got your Legendary Reverse Moltres also. It's in the safe. Yeah, has that one gone up? That one's probably gone up too. And so each time I let go of a card like one of those, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, why would you sell that? It's so obvious that that's one of the good ones, you know. It's tough, you know. So what I try to do is if I'm going to put a card like that up for sale, I try to buy a new one. Either the exact same card or a card like in a similar category. You know, like a for sure thing kind of card. But those cards always cost a premium. You never get them on discount, ever. And so when I buy them, I pay a premium. When you buy them, you pay a premium. And then a year later, they're more expensive anyways. If you're lucky, if the hobby keeps expanding. If you're unlucky, then it shrinks. Ooh. But so far, the gamble has paid off. You know, all of us guys who own these expensive cards, we've all done well so far. Here it is. There you go. Okay, so that's for Alex Silva, who warned me I might have trouble finding his bag. Because you might be over here, right? Here it is, Alex Silva. Alex, nothing too crazy coming out. You got the Orbeetle, but I don't really think that's a very good rocket card, to be honest with you. I don't think Pokemon can do anything to make people fall in love with Orbeetle. Okay, we have an order from Omar Batui, a Japanese EB2. I have to stand up and get more EB2. I'll be right back. Did you just want one of them? I think you just wanted one of them. Here it is. All right, well, I happen to have one of them. There you go. Oh, man, I'm having some heartburn. I had some salsa earlier. Let me have a heartburn pill. I'll be right back, guys. Besides, I got to get more EB2 anyways. All right, I got fresh EB2 right here. Fresh. I know that's what you guys want. There we go. So, man, how is it that the Mexican food gives me a more stomach problem than just actual fast food? That's crazy. They must put a lot of oil or something. Here goes. Real greasy. All right, because I ate that for leftovers today. Okay. How many boxes in a case? 12 boxes. You're thinking, I should just open a whole case of those. You could pull a mango. There it is. Or it could be a cold case, and then you'll be really sad. All right, good. There's one spot left in the Glory of Team Rocket box battle. If no one else bought that already. Do I own a PSA 10 Blaine's Moltres slab? Yeah, so that was one of the oldest, most expensive slabs I bought. I bought it during the Logan Paul hype. I think I overpaid for it. I think I paid like $4,000, and then it actually fell in value. So that one did poorly. But it was because of when I bought it. I bought it during the Logan Paul hype, so that was a mistake. Anything you bought during that time period was pretty pricey. You might be up by now, I don't know. But I'm happy to already own one, so I don't worry about it anymore. That was a card I had as a kid, Blaine's Moltres. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Altart. He's a great card. But I actually have two of them. I have an SGC 10 as well. Would you like to buy an SGC 10? I've been holding that for like a mega break for a while. Here's a holo. Glad I started collecting very recently. Sure, yeah. Collecting is a really great thing to do with your pastime. It's just something you do for fun, for entertainment, for pleasure. But what's interesting is if you are good with your collection, if you take care of it, it can actually go up in value over time. That's one of the reasons collecting has become such a big thing, because people look at it like it's crypto, like it's stocks. Really just a speculative thing. But I think it's kind of like trading art, right? Like the rich people, they trade old Mona Lisas and stuff like that, right? Well, that's great for rich people. Well, what about the average person? What if they want to trade art? Well, now we've got that. It's called card collections. That's how you do it. And the card companies put out artworks, some of the best artworks in the world, especially of popular characters, and then we all decide what we like. Haha, no thanks on SGC. Cheers. The SGC one might become a break later. There it is. I don't know why everyone's so racist toward the SGC. I'm not. I like SGC. They're just as good. They have cards that are worth millions of dollars encapsulated with the SGC brand. That's something that almost no other company can claim. Just a couple companies have done that. PSA is one of those. CGC is one of those. BGS is one of those. But yeah, the majority of grading companies can't claim that they've ever sold a multi-million-dollar card before. SGC has. Another thing you don't know about SGC, see here they are right here. Another thing you don't know about them is SGC is owned by PSA. Did you know that? Some people didn't know that. This company right here, SGC, is now a PSA company. Can't get all the dust off, huh? That's too bad. All right. SGC has some bad cards in the slab saying 10 on it. Yeah, but so does PSA. Like 1,000%. For some reason, all of us have been programmed to let PSA get a pass when they do it. But if another company like SGC does it, well, that's bad. And it's interesting that we would talk about Blaine's Moltres. My PSA 10 Blaine's Moltres has a print line in it. And it's still considered a PSA 10. So I know what I'm talking about. People just, they ride PSA's hog. But if another company does the same problem, well, that's a bad card. See what I'm saying? Oops. But again, SGC is actually owned by PSA. All right, now here's Elizabeth Reigns, Jolteon Reverse Holo. You got it. Here he is. All right, Elizabeth Reigns. I have a lot of PSA 10s with problems. There it is, Miss Elizabeth. It's actually pretty rare to find a PSA card that doesn't have problems as a 10. Many of them, ooh, why did it do that? Many of them have problems. Okay. So this is an Anthony card. All right. Got 589. I'm not a PSA 10, but I have problems. What? There you go, Miss Elizabeth. Very good. Now I want my Moltres graded just to see what it would get. All those companies have that smoked. Star Me's been up on the table for a real long time. This is the Rocket Break, $42 to buy in. 3 people are in. We're looking for more people to join the Team Rocket Break. Now this is a Master Ball Roaring Moon. I'll stick to collecting. Grading's a whole different can of worms. There's been some, Mr. Richard Paul, oh, that was the Nikke order. There's been some people who are super negative about card grading. I'm not one of them. I pretty much would only collect Pokemon cards if they were graded. So for me, I don't have a raw collection. I pretty strictly have a graded collection, and I wouldn't have it any other way. There's too many counterfeiters. There's way too many counterfeiters. There's too many people out there claiming that, oh, this near mint, this worn out card's actually near mint. There's too many people who can take like a Sharpie marker and just flip the card over like this, blue Sharpie marker, and just fill out the edges. How are you going to tell if that's happened or not, you know? So there's people who have advanced skills in cleaning cards, which is a type of manipulation. So the whole point of the grading companies is to get those people out of here, to be able to say, hey, you're not going to manipulate these cards anymore, and people are going to know when they're authentic or not. And that's really important. And sometimes the grading companies lose to the counterfeiters. Sometimes the counterfeiters win. But overall, I want the grading companies because they give out promises and guarantees about if you get tricked. Like, for example, the playtest cards with CGC. Well, CGC is correcting that, you know? And think of how bad it was if CGC wasn't there. Even though it was their fault for encapsulating the counterfeited ones, the real problem in the world is the counterfeiters, not the authenticators. The authenticators are trying to stop the counterfeiting. And even though they lose sometimes, I think the majority of the time they stop it. So, but you know, I wouldn't be in the hobby collecting cards like this without the grading companies. So this is it for me. I wouldn't collect them any other way. And yeah, you get some guys, they got very negative voices about collecting graded cards. You know, and that's fine. I think, you know, I'm a skeptical kind of person. That's my nature, is to be skeptical, to be critical. But it's good to be that way. It makes you smart. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I decided I wanted graded cards because it's the counterfeiters who are the problem, not the grading companies. Look at these. I wasn't gonna buy this card for $25,000 if it wasn't graded 10, you know. Look at this Lugia Gengar. The whole card economy would be completely different today if you had no way to verify what a 10 was, and if you had no way to verify if something was unmanipulated, and if you had no way to verify that something wasn't counterfeited, you know. So the grading companies are very important. All right, so Elizabeth would like a really nice card, the Dark Magneton. Dark Magneton sold. There you go, Miss Elizabeth. Beautiful card. All right, that's a Yolan card. Yep, for me, graded is pretty much the only way. I don't do it any other way. Okay, oh, we have to make sure Yolan gets paid out on that. So that's a commission card. You can tell because it has a blue label on it. And so Yolan has entrusted me to sell his card for him. And it's kind of a cool thing because he gets to sell his card up on the table. You guys get a nice new variety of cards. Like, for example, I didn't have a Dark Magneton for sale. But because of commissions, now we do have one for sale. So you guys get a broader variety of options. And Mr. Yolan gets to be paid out pretty fast, pretty easily. It's very passive, like he didn't have to do any work. Oops. Okay. There it is. So there it is. Everybody's happy. There's a typo in the title, unless that was intentional. Oh, nobody noticed it. Moving clearance sale. More commission slabs. Oh, that's on purpose, the more. All right, Richard Palmer's back. He'd like another box of the English Nikke. Here it is. English Nikke. There you go. But yeah, the upsides to collecting raw, especially if you're collecting like modern cards, it's pretty easy to know that a modern card's not counterfeited and not manipulated. So for modern cards that don't really hold too much value anyways, you could probably just collect those raw really easy. It doesn't make a big difference. When it comes to the really important stuff, like holy grail stuff in the hobby, stuff that matters, grading starts to become a lot more desirable because you're worried about fakes, counterfeits, manipulated cards. You start to debate, you know, is this near mint or is it lightly played? You know, because the seller always wants it to be considered near mint. The buyer prefers for it to be considered lightly played. So the grading company acts as a third party, and they say, well, we think it's near mint. So they give it an 8 or a 9 or 10. And then that decides the value of the card without having the buyer and the seller decide it, right? That's why it's so valuable. Here it is. All right. Yeah, the seller will always claim that his card is better than it is, and the buyer will always claim it's worse than it is because they want a lower price. And the grading companies get rid of all that. They just say, we're giving this an 8, and so that's what you guys can talk about now. It's what's the value of an 8? All right. Okay. So you got the Booty Butt card, very nice. Red Riding Hood. Asian-looking girl. Sun hat, sundress, giant boobies girl. Okay. Here's pink-haired girl. Giant Asian hat girl. Sheepdog wolf girl. Blanc. Yes, she's like a bunny or something, right? And here's happy flowery girl with a moth or something. Looks like a moth. I think you should be having one more full art pop out. Captain girl. I think this is one of the most popular ones right here, right? I don't know who she is, but she is a well-endowed girl. And evil girl. Okay. Any Brock's Pokemon cards looking for Gym Challenge and Gym Hero 10s? Hello, how's it going, Miss Alicia? Brock's, huh? Nothing comes to mind. I know there's a Brock's Rhydon that's pretty cool. Do I have a Brock's Rhydon? I think I did. I think somebody put it in the slab away. There it is, Richard Palmer. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. All right. The King of Diamonds Palkia from the Giratina deck. Very fancy. Appreciate you, mister. No problem, man. Appreciate you popping in. Here's Dragapult. And Umbreon. And Kingdra. So this Kingdra is actually a nice 10. That's Neo Kingdra from Anthony. And here's a nice Glaceon. I forgot about this. Beautiful Glaceon. Here's Richard, Rocket Box Battle Break. Oh, that's over. All right. RP, you ready? Is Miss Tammy here by chance? Miss Tammy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there they are. Those are my custom booster packs. One custom booster pack will have this additional pull in it, and I'll trade you that card for Box of Rocket. Completing it as a set. Yeah? Nice. You know, what I do, Alicia, I've been collecting for 6 years. And what I do, I don't always collect by the set. I just relax and look for something that feels like an opportunity. Because if you have like a set goal, sometimes you end up overpaying because you're like you've instantly made yourself a motivated buyer. See what I say? See what I'm saying? All right, give me a number. Give me a number. So like if you say I have to have Brock's Rhydon next, then you might end up buying it at a poor time when there's not enough on the market. Hit him with the 3, says Jay. 1, 2, 3. All right, you got it. So here's Elizabeth on 1. Sorry, Elizabeth. Here's Anthony Kalura on 2. Here's LaFlame on 3. And that's going to be it. LaFlame on 3. Picking up the box. There's 4 and Mr. Richard. All right, there it is. Those are your cards, guys. Let's go ahead and restock these real fast. So these custom booster packs are being restocked with cards. The rocket box gets handed off to Mr. LaFlame. Is Mr. LaFlame watching? He didn't say keep it sealed, right? I don't think he'd want it sealed anyways, because he will want to open it up and get the bulk out. He's international. So we're going to go ahead and open that box for Mr. LaFlame. But before we do any further, I'm going to jump in and update the breaks channel. So let's see. Let's see, we're jumping over here. Hi, did I win? Yeah, you totally won. Breaks history. All right, so this is going to say, oops, Rocket Battle, Box, LaFlame. Listen to that too. All right, somewhere around that point. All right, so, and that means you get one of these, right? Right. What do you think, LaFlame? You think it's time for a sweet SAR to come out? Let it rip, Beyblade style. Hell yeah, dude. All right, your $80 box of Rocket. By the way, this is not over. We just start a new round now. That's a fresh round of the box battle if you guys want to get back in. I'm taking my time with it and still picking up other items because, like you said, I don't want to overpay. Yeah, I ended up really enjoying collecting from the perspective of, you know, just whenever I find something that catches my fancy, I go, you know, I'll just take that. I feel like there's so many cards, it's like so hard to finish a set. Maybe there's another side to it too, you know, like let's say you actually, like back in the day, I finished the Shining, Neo Destiny Shining collection. And once it was done, I just felt like I had nothing to do afterwards. So maybe there's something fun about having an almost completed set all the time, you know, like never really completing it makes you feel like you're still collecting. You're still on the hunt, always on the hunt. But the moment you're done with it, you go, well, now what? Now what do I do? All right, there we go. Ready? I've fallen in love with different languages. Here it is. Nothing wrong with different language cards. They're just cheaper or more expensive. I'll play around with any language. It makes no difference to me. I think the way I work on my collection is I just kind of farm it. I try to put in really nice, shiny things, and I don't think about it in any other way. Like this one's really good looking. That's it. But I got that Gold Star Gyarados finally. I wanted that one for a long time. If I had bought that in the past, I'd have gotten that one for $15,000, but I was stingy and I wanted it for $12,000, and now I had to buy it for $19,000. I had to buy it for $19,000, so I actually paid more for it because I waited. Oops. All right, here goes. Now that only occurs if it's true that the market's still moving up. If the market ever moves down, being hesitant's good for you. If the market's moving up, it's not good for you. But we don't know which way the market moves next. That is always just a guess. Okay, one whole box of Rocket for Mr. LaFlame. The chase is always the motive. I've fallen in love with different languages. Okay, what do we got here? Wild Fett. Wild Fett. Okay. Hold. Annihilate. This is an olive tree. I am a surgeon. I am a surgeon. Hold. Zapdos. Hold. Crobat. Okay. Get this out of my way. All right. For those of you who joined the stream late, the news is I'm having a moving clearance sale where there's some sets that are for sale for really, 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 really cheap. You can check them under the moving sale category. Ooh, it's a Sedatan. That sucks. Sorry, man. That sucks. Maybe some good ARs will pop out. Here's Murkrow. All right. That's so dissatisfying. I'm ready for the SAR Mewtwo already. Yeah, dude. This set has all 3 legendary birds. Yeah, but sadly, they only made one of the birds an SAR. They should have done that with all 3. I don't know why they wouldn't. Lazy. Cool. They got us all hyped up, too. They did that little trailer teaser. God, dude. All right. Thank you, Mr. LaFlame. I'll review the hits with you in a second here. I want to see what actually came out of here. Y'all decided where you're moving? We really don't know, but it's looking like Florida, probably. All right, what do we got? Spidops, Murkrow, Sedatan, Crobat, Olive Tree, Wobbuffet. Oh, man. Man, that's a cold box, man. Mr. LaFlame. Here you are. No more Ozarks. We spent a good 5 years of our life out here. It's been a lot of fun, but we're young and we want to explore. We want to know more about the world. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Nothing really went wrong out here. We lived a peaceful lifestyle, and we had a nice house and nice views, and we're just ready for something new. So Jonathan Chan would like to go real deep. He wants 5 boxes of the English Nikke. All right, let me get 5 boxes of English Nikke. Gosh, I better hurry on this, man. Running out of time. We're already 2 hours and 10 minutes in. What time is it? 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock? Nah, I don't know, man. Let's see what's left in this stream. Nathan, Steven, Gregorio. I hate to tell you guys, but after this is the last order. Anyone waiting in the other queues? Let me check the other queues. Other queues look empty. All right, we're going real fast on this too, all right? Unless you want me to save it. Do you still own your other house? Yeah. Yeah, we'd be selling those. Florida? Florida's got no state tax, man. They got that and they got the beach. Oh, I hate that these don't tear. All right. All right. That's fine. Thank you for today. Well, it's not over, Mr. J. The best part is we go live a second time. We go live at night. I think that kind of splits our audience up between daytime and nighttime. But I don't know. It just works. It just works. It fits my schedule. I think it fits your schedule, too. So we'll have some of the same people will show up for the nighttime stream. But we'll get some unique people, too. All right. How are the fossil breaks going? Slow. It's slow. It is slow, but you know what? I don't mind how slow it is because that box just goes up in price over time. It really does. I mean, it's such an iconic box. But there were some people buying spots into the fossil sublist. So we're getting closer to the end of the next fossil sublist, which will hand out 1 whole booster pack. It is. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not in a rush to sell that box. And if the price climbs, the price will actually go up on the booster packs. It is. Here's this. Okay, here's one of your full arts. I usually catch the last hour of the nighttime stream when I get up early for work. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. All right, I cannot believe how late it is. Okay, this is 1 whole box. Box number 2. The day went by quick. I can't believe it's 2 hours and 16 minutes in. How is that even possible? I feel like I've barely been talking. I feel like I've barely done anything. Like I haven't even priced up that many new slabs. These streams are way too short, man. I feel like I could definitely stream this for like 6 to 8 hours. Or just until people run out of stuff, you know? Like, because eventually people will be like, all right, we don't want any more orders. People will do that at one point. This is the new Nikke English. 24 box in a case. So there's multiple signatures per case. So even if we were to pull a signature here, there's still another chance for one. I don't know how many signatures will officially be per case. Might be like 3. Here it is. Could be as low as 2, but it's probably 3. But even if, let's say 3 signatures get pulled, we're still looking for an SEC at that point, you know? Okay. Wow, this lady's looking really Asian influence on the style. Here's schoolgirl. Here's this girl. I'm in the pool business for my main job. So I'm busy with the season. Nice. Ooh, okay, so that's going to be considered like a hit here. What is that? That's the RRR Plus. You pull an RRR Plus English. Only problem I have with that triple R Plus, not that naughty. I think the naughty cards are preferable. Okay. All right. So this is box number 2 in a minute. One whole box in a minute. Okay. All right. All right. Time flies when you're selling packs and having fun. There it is. I think it's easy talking with you guys all day. That's all it is. You know, we can talk about anything you want, the news, relationships, nudie magazines, whatever you want. But it's the, you know, it's the social conversation. It just keeps the stream moving right along really fast. You hardly notice all this other stuff going on. Wow, these boxes do not tear because they're made out of some kind of plastic. You can't tear them. You can break them where they glue together, but you can't tear them because it's like trying to tear shrink wrap. Oops, oops. Oh my God. All right, here. Tell you what, that's a nice card. Let's just put that in a box topper. Card's trying to flop all over the place. All right, you don't go anywhere. Okay. What do we got here? Definitely will be at the nighttime stream. Oh, it's a topper too. I set an alarm to wake up for the nighttime stream. Do you really? Damn, dude. That's dedication. All right. That's cool, Mr. Nicholas. I like that. Okay. There we go. Nice. Nice. All right. Here's a hollow. 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 That's a hollow. There's a hollow. You're the main person I watch on YouTube. Taught me a lot on my financial journey. Helped inspire me. I've heard that a lot, actually. I've heard a lot of people say that I inspired them to get into the hobby for financial reasons or to start their own rip and ship or to do something like that. So I get that a lot. Here it is. But, you know, we don't just talk strictly about card finances. We talk in general about life. And yep, I think I have a passion for that kind of stuff. Maybe it's my background. Maybe it's like I came from an impoverished family, really impoverished. And it was because we had 11 brothers and sisters, so I was part of a big family of 11 kids. And so for me, it was really important in life because when I was a kid, when birthdays and Christmas came around, I basically didn't get anything, and that really affected me as a kid. I didn't like that. It was like depressing, you know, made me sad. And so as an adult, I was sure that I wanted to be successful in life. So that became my whole obsession and focus. And before I was really doing this, I had a successful gaming channel. So I was already making bank over there. And before that, I had just graduated with a degree in computer science. So I have a 4-year computer science degree, Bachelor of Science. And, yep, just been my passion and my pursuit to climb the ladder, you know. It's a ladder you climb. You start at the bottom of the ladder and you just keep climbing. Maybe some of that energy kind of comes off of me a little bit when I'm streaming, when I'm talking, you know. Poor background, generational traumas, breaking the chain to make a better future. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Basically progress, you know. That's all progress. Here it is. Okay. Now, people talk about progress in different ways. Some people talk about progress as being more open-minded, maybe being more, you know, open-minded towards stuff, social issues. But for me, progress is living in a safer neighborhood, having a, you know, maybe like a nice relationship, and having enough money to buy the things that I want to buy. That's progress. To me, that's progress. So a good economy is good progress. That's really important. You know, young people being able to afford a house, a car, an education if they want one, and healthcare, that to me is progress. And the other stuff is important too, but not as important as finances. Finances takes precedent over them. Here it is. Gotta have stable finances first. Sort of like once you reach that point where everyone can have prosperity, then you can build on the other things too. Here it is. All right. Ooh. Very nice. Buy silver for sure. Says Jonathan. Well, the goal is to leave this world a better place than I came here. Think silver going to the moon with gold? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think when you compare their prices, gold already rose while silver kind of sat back. So I don't know if it's quite the same. I think if you're a silver shop, you can make an awful lot of money selling silver. But I think as a rare metal, I don't think it performed as well as gold, correct? Gold outperformed. It is. All right. People talk about how silver has like industrial use and all that. And so it's a useful metal. But it might be more plentiful than gold. And that might be playing the bigger role. All right, last box. JC, no signatures. This is going to affect pre-orders for tonight. So if he does not pull a signature here, people are going to buy more boxes of this, but it will be serviced tonight. Very affordable, precious metal. I'd stack it until you got a certain point. That's true, although I will point this out. You can just buy a smaller piece of gold if you need affordability. So there's a gram gold at $165. And so you're not forced to buy silver just because it's within an affordable range. But maybe it makes it more tempting because you feel like you're not committing as much money to it, maybe. But what you really want to buy is just whichever metal goes up the most. Yeah, Bubble Mew. I got a Bubble Mew. Do I have one for sale, though? I think I do, actually, in the Pricey Slabs channel. I think it's $1,099. It's a red label. I have a box. Forgot to tell you. No problem. Okay, you got a box. So, Mr. JC, you're really wanting a signature to pop out of this last box. You got a triple R plus out of this round. Now you're wanting a signature. Let's see if a signature pops out. Come on, Siggy. The biggest investment you guys can always make is in yourself, you know. Getting a better education, doing some reading. You should never stop reading and never stop writing your goals and your ideas down. It goes a long way, you know. Having a lot of passion, having a lot of energy, that's tough. That's the hardest part. Just keeping up with it all, you know. Not having too much depression, not having too much anxiety, having a reason. Feeling good enough to just get up. Because you know on those days where you have a lot of energy, where you have a lot of passion, you know what it feels like to just be able to get up and do everything you need to do. And those days where you're kind of low energy, you realize you're almost a different person that day. It is. So that's a big part of it. Just having the energy, you know. Staying hard. Here it is. Here we are. All right. Oops. All right. Ooh. Lovely bunny girl. Yeah, you got the bunny girl. That's nice. Speaking of Bunny Girl, we have those Playboy cards. No Donald Trump pulled yet. All right, there it is. Last one. It kind of looks like she's holding up the microphone to her vagina. What is going on there? Like she's going to sneeze into the microphone. It's a bit of an odd one. All right, and ta-da! There we go. Love me a long time. Lovely Bunny Girl. Mr. Spin, some good wisdom. It's the same things I've heard, so I'm just repeating things that other guys have said. All right, Mr. JC. So, lots of holos, obviously. Lots of promos. We got Pink-Haired Girl, Hoth Girl, Bunny Girl, Electrical Girl, Triple R, Winged Angel Girl. You got your Triple R pull. It looks really nice. Here's this girl, Blue, Detective Girl, and girl who looks like she's crying, maybe. All right, there we go. Darn. Darn, I would have liked for you to. Oh, I would have liked for you to have pulled a signature out of there. Let's see. I wonder if I can make more room. Move this, set this up here. So we're going to. I think what we're going to do. We're going to grab a baggie. All right. Oops. We're going to get these hollows into the baggie. Yeah, I think it's easy when you have a lot of motivation and focus. For me, I think that bad childhood was it. It kind of stays with you. You have like this urge to have stuff. I was thinking about that, like what makes somebody into Ebenezer Scrooge? And I think it's a combination of having a certain personality type combined with having the certain experiences in life and just sort of coming to these realizations like, man, it's not necessary to own a lot of cool things in life, but it doesn't hurt either. You know, it's nice having success, having maybe like a nice house or a nice car, financial freedom, being able to buy the toys you want to buy, you know, that kind of stuff. So I think some people like myself turn into Ebenezer Scrooges a little bit as a result. But that's what those movies are all about, is to warn you not to go down a bad path with that. So those movies are actually pretty helpful for someone like myself because, man, I get really attracted to money. There we go. All right. Very good. Whew. The Triple R is a good pull. Oh, nice, man. All right. Well, I'm glad you got it. Glad you got it because you went real deep. So tonight we'll start with Nathan Gordon, and then we'll have Steven Sistrunk, and then we'll have Gregorio. You guys can place pre-orders. You guys know that, right? For the nighttime stream if you wish. And I am going to be hopping off now. Can't wait for the 100,000 subs. Oh, we're getting so close, guys. 100,000 subs is this close. Real close. I had a lot of fun. Everybody, have a nice night. I'll see you for the late night stream. See you later, everybody.